Today on Co-op for Two, a quick spoiler-free review of Masters of Crime Incognito. Where does Incognito rank in the series? Let's find out. I'm a big fan of the Masters of Crime series, a fairly recent series, but there are already 5 boxes, at least 4 boxes available, one more in the works. We have played 2 of them previously on the channel before Incognito and reviewed both. I love them both. I really loved Shadows. Now, they're all very similar. They all have a long playtime, 2 to 4 hours, ages 16 and up. A little bit of adult theme here, but really not much. They are essentially solo experiences, although you could play them collaboratively. They're just one-time playthroughs. Then you're done. You are trying to solve a mystery, but it's really half choose-your-own-adventure, half mystery. You will want to pass this along. They do seem to make a little bit of an effort to encourage you to write on materials that would make that a little harder. So I suggest you resist that temptation. There is a little bit of an element of a cold case game here in that there are 10 little one-page envelopes that you open up, documents that you'll retrieve as you play. And there is some internet use. Frequently, it's my least enjoyable part of, especially in this series. This is no different here. This really is, I'm not going to go into a long description of the system. You can watch my previous reviews of the Masters of Crime games if you want more information about how the system plays. So Incognito, I would say this runs quite true to the series. It does feel like a game in the series, the hook being that you are the bad guy. Here you play an undercover officer in a prison, but you are a little morally ambiguous. I think of the Masters of Crimes games that I've played, Masters of Crime games in the series, this is at the bottom of the 3 I've played. I would put Shadows at the top, then Vendetta, and this is quite a bit lower, but that doesn't mean it's not still good. I think if you like the others, you're going to like this. And not everyone in my group agreed that it was the worst of the 3. I think some people found the story a little more engaging. For me, not so much. I also felt in this one, whether it was because we didn't quite get on the same wavelength as the designers, or whether it was just game design in general, but I did feel like the decisions were a little more arbitrary than in the previous games, and the puzzles a little easier. So in this game, your constant action is open up a new location, which has got a small stack of cards, look at the first card and make a choice of what to do. And sort of the fun of the game is that the choices you make are made with limited information, and they often feel arbitrary, but maybe with a little bit of edge if you really think about it and try to deduce what would be the smarter action to take. It's almost always binary, and whatever you do, you see half the cards and you don't see the other half. And then you get rewarded with stars as you go, and the idea is at the end of the game you'll be scored. You will get a score. And in Incognito in particular, it just felt like more of the choices felt more arbitrary than normal, and like we had a little less control. Now, I do love the constant making of choices, and one of the things that this series does really well, and they do it really well here, is the epilogue. This feels much more like Vendetta than Shadows in terms of mechanics and in terms of overall experience. And like Vendetta, here at the end of this game, you go on the internet you basically get your score on paper, but then you go on the internet and you're allowed to choose sort of A and B options for each of the people you've met, what to do about them. And it lets you exercise your inner bad guy. And we had some real fun with this case at the end, deciding the fates of the people. I think I would rate this probably a 7.5, below the other two, but I do love the series. I'd be very happy to play more in the series. I don't think this is where you should start. I think you should probably start with Vendetta or Shadows. And my same caveats go for this game as for those two, which is if you're turned off by the idea of having to make arbitrary choices or a one-time playthrough, then this is not the game for you. But if you like the morally ambiguous nature of being able to play a bad guy with some deduction and puzzle solving and some choose your own adventure, this might be the game for you. And resist the temptation to write on the materials so that you can pass them along. I'll see you on the next video.